Okay, hold this.
1992.
Hey, this is Neil Lappin from Snowboard Addiction. Can you hold that? And
Oh, it's looking at me.
oh, it's looking at, whoops.
There we go.
All right, sick. Okay. We're sitting up here to go live for Snowboard Addiction, and we're just getting the technology working. So bear with us for one tick. And yeah, it's March 2020.
Yeah.
And we're in the middle of the coronavirus. We're self-isolating while we're keeping
Ish.
active. Okay, so we got technology rolling.
Yep.
Cool. This is Neil Blackwood from Snowboard Addiction, and it's March 2020. We are going to go live with a gym session on the Snowboard Addiction training products, self-isolation. I'm here with my buddy Curtis. Now, Curtis actually lives in the suite underneath my house, so we've kind of like been hanging out a little bit. We're in a group of less than 10 people, so I think this is okay.
Yeah, we're good.
If I'm sick, you're sick, so
Yeah.
we're okay.
We're in it together.
And I just thought it'd be kind of fun to do a bit of a gym session, teach you guys some stuff that you can do at home. So if you are already a Snowboard Addiction customer and you have one of our setups, wicked, feel free to bust it out. We'll be here for half an hour or so doing this, so grab your stuff if you have it. If you don't have it, you can just follow along today. You can kind of jump these movements. You can even strap it on your snowboard in your living room, just your real snowboard if you want. You don't even need to worry about having a balance bar. And if you want to have a balance bar but don't want to buy ours, you can build your own. You can literally go to the hardware store. Most of the hardware stores are still open right now. Might not be for too much longer. So you can whip down there this afternoon and you can build yourself a balance bar out of like some 6x6 wood. It's not going to be as slick as ours, but it'll do the trick. You know, you can grab an old skateboard deck. Anyway, I'm getting down the rabbit hole here. While I'm doing this, feel free to ask questions. I know there's a lot of people on the internet right now. We're all just looking at our phones all day. I know I am, so you guys probably are too. So we'll probably get a big customer base watching this, but anyway. This is the balance bar. This piece here, Curtis, you can pull it off, is the WTP rail extension. You add that to the top when you want to make it more difficult. So using the black balance bar is like the balance required on rails, on boxes. Adding the WTP rail extension is kind of more like the balance of being on a rail. So if you want to make it harder, that's when you add this. Right now we're going easy route. The boards that we have here, Curtis is using what's called the tramp board. So you can show them the base of the tramp board. The base of the tramp board is actually made of foam. So it's usually the board that's really good for trampoline use because it's super grippy. Now I'm actually using what's called the jib board, and the jib board is a PTEX base, like the base of a snowboard. Much more slippery. So it's much more, this is actually better training for balance bars, but when you're a beginner, this is easier. It's grippier, it's safer.
Sweet.
So I always start a beginner on this, and you can do the exact same movements on here. Cool.
Perfect.
So just for your information, Curtis is actually a skier, and he's never been on a balance bar. Have you been on a snowboard before?
No.
Okay, you've never been on a snowboard?
No.
Okay, so he's familiar with what jibbing is because he obviously sees snowboarders do it all the time, but he's never done it. He'll probably be pretty good at it because I know he does it on skis, so but we'll see how you go.
We'll see.
What size are your feet?
12?
Oh, you got big feet. Okay, so
Yeah.
you're on the large size of the feet that'll fit in these. So the bindings are a universal size. They fit most people's feet. So anywhere from an adult size 6 up to about an adult size 12 is going to be fine. If you have really, really small feet, you can actually put your shoes right into these. And that's how a lot of kids train on these boards, is they put their shoes right into the bindings. So try it out. We're probably going to have to adjust the straps to make it the right size for your feet. You know how to use snowboard bindings?
Yeah, I think so.
So this whole flap, actually you can flip it all the way up because you can actually adjust both sides of our bindings.
Ah, okay, cool.
So what you want to do is you want to make it nice and tight like that with that snow strap. And
It's pretty good.
if that's feeling good,
Yeah.
then you don't have to adjust the other side. The inside strap you kind of just adjust once for your foot shape, and then the outside one you do a on and off every time you get on.
Yeah, the last guy must have had big feet.
When I strap this whole flap back down, over the binding, it should be kind of almost central on your foot, so it kind of pulls down basically central, more or less.
Yep.
Right?
Cool.
The reason we have that flap over there is that's made for trampolines. We wanted to get rid of all the sharp parts, make it as safe as possible for trampoline use. Some people have asked us, do our boards damage trampolines? We have no reports of damage coming from trampolines from the use of our boards. We have lots of trampoline facilities that buy boards from us. Our local one is called Air House, which is in Squamish, about half an hour drive south of us. They have really nice trampolines. If you haven't been there, go check them out. It's super fun. They have what's called a super tramp, and they have a max air tramp, and they have Olympic tramps, which are more bouncy than backyard trampolines. But hey, these work great on backyard trampolines as well. So, Curtis, you're a skier.
Yeah.
Have you ever done anything like skateboarding or wakeboarding?
Little bit of skateboarding, but.
Do you know if you're regular or goofy?
No.
You don't know?
No.
Okay, so when you're standing here right now,
Yeah.
like when I snowboard with my left foot forward, which means I'm a regular rider.
Okay.
So if you just look standing here right now, if you're going to go down a hill, I know you ski,
I would go right foot forward.
so you go goofy.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to pretend to be a goofy rider today.
Okay.
So that's good because these boards are actually set up for a goofy rider. We had Max Perot here about a month ago. For anyone who doesn't know him, I mean, most of you guys probably know who Max Perot is. He's one of the best snowboarders in the world. He is Olympic silver medalist in slopestyle. Last year he had cancer, and this year, in the last year he recovered from cancer, and this year he's on an absolute tear, and he's got, I think, 3 gold medals so far this year. X Games gold medal, Norway. I can't remember them all, but he's killing it. He's crushing it. Anyway, Max Perot came into a session with us recently, and we set these boards up for him, and that's why they're goofy, because he's goofy.
Cool.
So today I'm goofy, you're goofy, we're all good.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
that's how you do the handshake right now.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
safe, safe.
Yeah, first time he's been on it, he's gonna crush it, but we're gonna jump around and try some gym tricks, do a gym session.
Sweet.
If any of you guys have this stuff at home, get it out, play around with us. This is self-isolation activities. You can do this in the living room, and the only person you're gonna annoy is the people underneath you if you live in a condo. If you live in your own house, it's no problem, because Curtis lives underneath me, so he has to listen to noise from me, but condo buildings, I don't know, we'll see. Concrete floors is probably okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So, all good. First trick that pretty much anyone learns on this stuff, actually even before you jump on the balance bars, so when goofy, you're looking that way, just feel what it feels like to jump off the board, okay?
Yeah.
Jump off, and then, do you know how to do an ollie?
Yeah.
Okay, show me what an ollie is. Oh, that was a nollie. That was a nollie. He is a skier. So an ollie would be where
Oh, yeah,
you
'cause that's
go
my
off
friend, yeah.
the back foot.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, it's kind of tricky on the ground here. So, plus, when people first ollie, it's really common that you go off their back foot into the front foot.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
It's like, ugh, people do that a lot. But as you get better, just try this. Move your weight to where the board's flexing, like that, where you're kind of holding that tail position.
Yeah.
And now, from there you go. See how that brings you back to both feet?
Yeah.
The most balanced way to land an ollie is landing back on both feet. So while you're standing here, just try this out. Just try this out. Just go and flex the board into the tail. So, yep. There you go. And now flex into the nose. So when I say flex into the nose, I want you to watch how my hips actually move. There we go. So your hips move all the way to the nose. There you go.
Yeah.
Now right now, any of you guys trying this, you don't need to lift your foot. I'm not lifting my foot. I'm actually just moving my hips.
Cool, okay.
Try that out. Move the hips. Balanced. Okay? Into the nose. Balanced. Shouldn't be no lifting, right?
Yeah.
Just moving the hips.
I was like kind of a habit of trying to lift it, but yeah.
Because
It's
when
way
you lift,
easier when you just.
it's way hard to balance when you lift.
Totally.
Right? Right now I can see you're moving the hips.
Yeah.
It's good. It'll be easy for these guys to see on the camera here. Moving those hips. There's lots of hip movement in snowboarding. Right? Okay, so that's all stuff we're going to do on here as well.
Cool.
But it's easier learning it right here. Try this out. Try this out. See if you can go with a little jump to a balance on the tail and back.
Cool.
Good. Yeah.
Okay.
See see, if you watch me really closely, you'll probably see that my board's here, and when I go to my tail, I actually move the board forward and move it back. So, see how it moved forward?
Yeah.
And then moved back?
Yeah.
Try that out. Okay. There we go. Is that easier?
Yeah, way easier.
Yeah, because what you're trying to do, right, is right now my weight's central. Right now my weight is over the tail. So by moving that board forward, it puts my weight over the tail.
Right.
And then back to center.
Cool.
Let's try that again.
Okay.
Cool. So any of you guys trying this at home, if you're having trouble balancing that nose up, move the hips. Watch me. Hips. Move to that tail. I'm not lifting this leg at all. I'm not pulling up. I'm balancing over the tail.
Yeah.
That trick is called a tail press or a tail butter. It's a real fundamental position because a ton of different tricks come out of this. All your buttering tricks come out of tail and nose presses. Ollies and nollies come out of tail and nose flexing that board. Nose and tail presses, pretty much everything starts to come out of those positions. Okay, so let's try out a 50-50. 50-50 is a jib trick in snowboarding, which a jib trick is like a rail and boxes. And it's where you're riding downhill, and then you ride across a rail or a box in the same position. So I'll show you what it is. Boom.
Cool.
It's pretty easy. Good. Yep, that's it.
The balance.
So with this kind of stuff, you can do it in the living room. If you have a tight place to do it in, make sure you got a little bit of room that you can fall. Like you knew you were falling, you put your arm down, that was super safe.
Sure.
It's cool. Or if you want, you can do it outside. You can do it in your backyard. You know, you can get somewhere where you got tons of space where if it falls, you're not going to smack your head on anything. Cool. Okay, another one, 50-50. 50-50. So right now I can see that as you got on, your weight was a little bit too far back.
Okay.
That's why you fell off that way. So try to get your weight up and balanced on top of it, and then coming back off. There we go, way better.
Yeah,
Way better.
yeah, for sure.
Now, as soon as you want to make that more difficult, add that WTP rail extension. It gets way trickier.
I'm sure.
And if you want to make it trickier again, remember that board's got a foam bottom, it's grippy. This board's a slick bottom, it's way slipperier.
Right.
So the more you step it up and challenge yourself, the better you're going to build balance for your actual snowboarding on the mountain. Okay, so let's go again, 50-50. Okay, do it again and look up like you're snowboarding to get that wall. There we go, so weight needs to be a little bit further on. Oh, so for you guys, anyone trying this at home, what's happening is Curtis is jumping up, but his weight's just a little bit toward his heel edge, which is causing him to fall back off this side. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to challenge him to get up and try to fall off that side.
Okay.
Because I want to make sure that when you're up snowboarding, you're hitting these rails and boxes, you got to get your weight on top of that feature. Getting on the side, like I'm going to purpose on the side right now. That's not balanced. You got to get your weight up on top of that feature for balance. Boom.
Cool.
Okay, so this time I want you to do this. 50-50 off the other side.
Okay.
Oh, see?
Still back there.
So move your weight up on top of that feature.
Okay.
There we go. There we go. Stomped.
Yeah.
So before, well actually, this will make it easy because I know this is your first time on the balance bar. Jump at 180. And now see if you can jump all the way over the balance bar. Okay, pretty easy, huh? Sure, jump another 180. This is called, now if I want to get more into terminology, you can call this a frontside 50-50. Because if the feature's in front of you, that's frontside.
Okay.
Any trick at all where the feature is in front of you as you approach is a frontside trick. So like frontside 50-50, frontside board slide, right? Frontside nose press. So right now we're going to go frontside 50-50 and off that way.
Okay.
And now this is trickier. Backside 50-50.
Yeah. Cool.
So remember, that's the way you're snowboarding, you're goofy.
Yeah.
Backside 50-50, any feature at all that is on your backside as you approach is called a backside trick.
Cool.
Now, if you just ride straight onto a feature, which you can do with a lot of boxes, that's just a 50-50. You don't have to call it frontside or backside.
Right.
So if there's a box right in front of me and I'm riding on, just a 50-50. Okay. If I'm approaching from one of the sides, either where it's in front of me or behind me, which with a lot of features, you have to do this. You have to either approach front side or back side. This is how it's named for any of you guys that are confused on this, because there's a ton of confusion on this, especially on the internet. People even tell us that we're getting it wrong. We're not getting it wrong. This is all named after skateboarding. Snowboarders did not invent this naming system. Skateboarders invented this. So this is a backside 50-50. It's a little bit trickier because it's behind you, and it's just that little bit more intimidating as you're learning.
Yeah.
It's not any harder, it's just a little bit different. So here we go. Backside 50-50. Okay, so you got up real good that time. Let's go again. Frontside 50-50, over. And backside 50-50. Cool, so your weight always wants to go to your heel edge.
Yeah, I guess so, eh?
So what I'm doing right now is I'm looking at your bindings just to see if I can see if there was too much weight towards the heel edge. There's not. That's a common
Just
problem.
me.
No, it's just, you're not even a snowboarder, you're a skier. Cool, so you could have lots of skiing problems. You know, like on the mountain, I look at people's bindings, and I'll see sometimes that their bindings are set up towards the heel edge too much. I've noticed this on lots of my friends, and I tell them, because if your bindings are too much towards your heel edge, you're going to always want to be falling on your heel edge. You're going to start losing balance on the heel edge. So right now, when I look at my stance, you want to make sure that your weight is in the center of the board, not only this way, but also this way.
Right.
And yours is, so that's good. So let's go again all the way over. Okay, we're going back to 50-50, but this time try to get back to this side.
Okay.
Because I want to make sure. And again. I'm just challenging you with different new stuff here. Okay, and again. So, how you're going to do it is as you jump on, you're going to have a little bit more pressure on your toes and put those knees forward. See this? See my knees?
Yeah.
See if I go knees forward? Watch my weight right now.
Yeah.
See? Knees forward, shins forward, a little bit of pressure on the toes, it brings all that weight that way.
Cool.
So if you watch me jump on, see how my weight, you can tell I was going to come back out that way.
Okay.
Okay, your turn. Yeah, you did it. Perfect. For any of you guys watching, we're in self-isolation. I'm with my buddy Curtis. He lives in the suite underneath my house. And it's his first ever time in the balance bar. We're doing a live jib session. Any of you guys are welcome to follow along with us. Self-isolation, some of us have not much to do. We're spending way too much on our phones. I'm kind of on my phone here anyway because we're filming this. But idea, keep fit, keep active, keep mentally strong. Everyone's going through some pretty crappy times right now. I wanted to use a more offensive word than that, but I saved myself.
Good.
And hey, at least you can stay out there and be happy. And I'm not saying you have to run out and buy this stuff. You can make your own. You can go and get an old skateboard deck, or you can just jump around in your living room and practice snowboard tricks. You can make out a piece of wood. If you do want to buy our stuff, our fulfillment warehouses are still shipping our stuff. So you can get on our website, snowboardaddiction.com, and still buy this stuff. I'm not trying to force you guys into buying it, but it's fun, and you can do it for the next 6 months in self-isolation. Come back next season and be super strong. Okay, we're into some harder tricks now.
Okay.
What I want you to do is we're going to go back to 50-50.
Yeah.
But I want you to stay up on the feature. Whew, there we go. So you see all the muscles twinging and firing?
Yeah.
You're building balance.
Cool.
Every time these muscles are like trying to stabilize you,
Yeah.
you're building balance in your legs. You know, this is like going to the gym. I mean, like, I'm hot. Are you hot?
Yeah.
We're
yeah.
doing jack. We're not doing much.
Yeah. We're moving.
And
Yeah.
we're hot. We're using our bodies. We're staying fit. We're firing muscles. So this can be good for any sports and any balancing and any general life, but specifically good for snowboarding. Okay, right now, I want you to see if you can try this. Woo. So you can see when you hopped on there that the board wasn't over the rail enough. Even then, there we go, that's better. There we go. Now, there you go, you're getting it, you're getting it. See, every time I see your legs shaking or the muscles moving, it's building your balance.
Cool.
You're starting to drum in that muscle memory. And this is the most basic trick you can do. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of tricks on here that you can do. So we'll do this session today. We'll probably build on it tomorrow and do another one, but it's his first ever time in the balance bar, so it's a good student. You get to see what this is really like. There we go. Good. So you see how Curtis is bending his knees? This is good. You always want your knees bent in snowboarding for balance. You can carry on, right? So absorbing with your knees for balance. As soon as you start doing straight legs, try to do one with straight legs. It's way harder to balance on straight legs. And you see that in people snowboarding all the time. Snowboarding is a bent knee sport, weight up on top of the board. Generally backs up mostly straight. The dips in every now and then. But hips, knees, ankles are all bending up and down on top of the board.
It's so much easier when you have your like.
Yeah. Okay, once you get up here and get balanced. Okay. At the start, we were working on nose and tail press on the ground. Now we're just going to start doing it on here.
Okay.
You're in here, move into that tail press. Good. And then back to central, move into that nose press. Okay, now you see how high the board was? Right there, the board was like this high. Don't need to be that high. See how high my board is? That's all you need. 4 inches off the ground, 10 centimeters, perfect. In fact, a low press is going to be way more balanced than a high press. So if you try to press super high, it's real hard to do that. I mean, you can do it for short periods of time, like, woo, but you can't do it for long periods like this, where you can just get on, tail press that stuff, and at the end of the feature, pop out. Cool. Did you just do it? I wasn't watching.
I tried.
Give it a go. So, one more time, go under the 50-50, and hold it on. If you're not quite on, you can shuffle on. There we go. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Now, a couple of times I've seen Curtis, you can tell he's going to fall off and he knows it, and you just jump off. That's what you should do. If you ever feel your balance is off and you're falling off, jump off. Don't try to hold it to that very last minute. That's when you slam, especially on the slick board.
Cool.
Grippy board's okay, you get away with some stuff. When you get on the slippery board, if you're trying to hold it last minute, that's when it slips off and you can hurt yourself. So, stay balanced. Okay, going into the tail press. Okay, and again, no lifting of that leg. It's all just where you position your hips. Go into the nose press. Take your hips, press your hips over top of the nose of your board. There we go. No lifting. I can still see your legs shaking, which is good. That means you're working.
Yeah. Feels like I'm working.
For me, I've done a lot of this stuff, so my muscles are kind of used to it.
Sure.
Which means that when I go do it on a snowboard, I can do it way easier.
Right.
That's the whole point of it. Get used to it here, so that you can go up on the mountain and jump on a box and do a tail press and be like, oh, that was easy.
Cool.
And be like, I didn't realize it was so easy. It's probably because you trained and you practiced.
Right.
It's like the first time someone jumps on a nose press on here, they're usually going to suck at it. But the 20th time they do it, they're going to be better at it. So, from here, we're still on the very first tricks. You can try actually jump into a tail press. Whew. Nice. Good. Now, when we're on the ground, remember when I'm on the ground here, when I was jumping into the tail press, it made it a little bit easier if I moved the board, moved it back. Remember?
Right.
So if you do that up on here, you watch me, move the board, move it back.
Cool.
There we go. Good. Good. Sick. Okay, well, you know what? On the top, there's actually kind of even harder than doing it from here. So jump off. Backside jump over. Nice.
Cool.
We're going into it now. We're going into tail press. So you're watching me. It's like a 50-50, but instead of going 50-50, I'm jumping into a tail press, jumping out.
Cool.
Nice. Now I can see as you're jumping on, your board's not quite getting on top of the feature, you're getting kind of on the side of the feature.
Okay.
So for better balance, instead of the side like that, you want to get up onto the top. The weight of your body on top of the feature is how you're going to be able to balance and box and rails.
Cool.
Nice. Cool. Oh, backside.
I'm gonna try
Backside's out for us too.
it.
Now, when I get people learning right, I always start on the front side because being in front of you, it's just easier to see it.
Way
People
less
feel more
intimidating,
confident.
yeah.
But then as soon as we've done that, you move around, you start going backside because on a snowboard, if you can challenge yourself into all the stuff you don't normally try, it makes you way stronger. So if you learn backside nose press and frontside nose press instead of one, even if on the mountain you're just doing a straight in nose press, that ability to move the board around where you need it is just super key in your development of your muscles, being able to move it any direction you need. Cool. So yeah, go over. Cool. If you're pretty hot, we can get a break. It's up to you.
Yeah, I might take the sweater off.
Yeah, we've got water and stuff in the kitchen there.
Cool.
Okay, so feel free to take a break. I'll talk to the camera for a sec.
Yeah.
So for any of you guys live watching, thanks for being on board. Just trying to give you some cool entertainment here during coronavirus mayhem. It is mayhem all over the world. Canada is pretty much shut down, which is where we're based. I know a lot of you guys are shut down as well. So we're trying to give you guys an alternative of stuff to do. It's kind of like an online workout class here, but instead of some workout class, we're a snowboard class. Online snowboard workout class, self-isolation. And we hope you guys are all getting through it. Definitely sympathizing with anybody who's having hard times. We all are having hard times. But at least you got to do something. Get out there, have fun, bounce around. Hey, if you don't have one of our training setups, get your real snowboard. Get on the carpet and just jump around your real snowboard with us and try out some of these movements and tricks. Just in case anyone's wondering, we sell all this stuff on our website, snowboardaddiction.com, and our shipping companies are still shipping our product right now. So if that changes, we will update the website to let you know. But as of now, the shipping warehouses are still shipping the product. And this is something you'll be able to do for a long time in self-isolation. You'll be able to bounce around and have fun and learn snowboard tricks. Any customers asking questions?
Not a whole lot of questions.
Was there many viewers?
Yeah.
Sweet. Feel free to pop questions through. We won't be able to answer all of them, but we will be able to answer some of them. And I'm going to keep training here, and I'm going to keep challenging Curtis into some new and more difficult stuff. He's a skier. He's never been on our products before, and he's learning snowboard tricks.
All right.
I'm going to grab you a water too. You can get strapped in and
Yeah.
start jumping those tricks, and then I'll teach you some new stuff.
What do you think of the training so far?
It's awesome. You know what? I thought it was gonna be a lot more brutal, but it's coming to me a lot quicker than I thought it was. It's fun. And it's a workout.
Yeah.
It's certainly a workout. Won't need to hit the gym today. Awesome thing to do when the mountain's closed and everything else is closed.
Well, the Snowboard Addiction phone is ringing. People are calling up. They want to buy stuff for sure. If that's you calling, I'm sorry we're not answering the phone right now, but we'll check the voicemail once we're done. I'm going to turn the camera around for a sec. Oh, turn the camera around yourself, Jesse. See if you can flip them in your hands.
Oh.
Oh, pass them to me. Pass them to me. So, this is Jesse Townsend, like rocking the Snowboard Addiction hoodie, doing our behind-the-scenes filming here. Jesse is one of the managers here. He's one of the co-operations managers at Snowboard Addiction, and he's going to be here answering your emails along with Mason and Ollie as well. They're all working kind of remotely. Jesse's manning the office here, and then Ollie and Mason are both working from their houses, so we're all kind of self-isolating. Anything you guys need, this guy's one of your men that's going to take care of it. Plus, he's good on these training products too. We're all a bit bummed because the mountain's closed, but yeah, Jesse's getting pretty good on the whole snowboard thing too. All right, okay, back to it.
Yeah.
Give me some elbow.
Inception.
Whoa.
Oh.
Did someone come in the door?
What's up?
What's up? I was trying not to come in while you were filming.
Oh, that's all good.
Yeah. Hey, Mark, what's up, buddy?
Not too much. How you doing?
Good. Are you gonna do? We're live right now. You're live on the internet.
Can I call trips?
Yeah, you can call me a couple of tricks. Call me a couple of tricks while we're here, because then I'll show a couple of people what things are, and then I'll carry on training you.
Yes.
Just call me some
You gotta
tricks.
do the nose press, back one, switch, nose press.
Okay. Nose press, back one. Oh, but if you want me to stay to nose?
Oh, that's
so like
good.
Nose press, back one to nose.
Oh, no, the other one.
Oh.
Okay. I actually really like that trick.
That's a sweet trick.
Okay, call me another trick.
Do a front board pretzel.
Front board pretzel.
Nice.
Okay, so front board, hey, where you going, huh?
I gotta do stuff.
Hey, give me like 3 more tricks. Oh, did he bail?
He bailed.
No.
No, he's
Oh,
back.
he's back. So a front board pretzel is a frontside board side with a 270 out in the opposite direction. That's what I just did. What else we got?
Do a lip slide or a front blunt
Front blunt,
Same way.
to the board slide.
like a change up?
Yeah.
Okay, front blunt to a change up. So I'm regular, coming in to a front blunt, change up, out. I'm gonna do it more clean than that. Front blunt, change up. That's not bad. The reason I'm falling off a little bit earlier than I wanted to is my weight's going a little bit too far over. So I'm just going a little bit less far over. And then we get it. Okay, what else? What's next?
Hardway 270.
Hardway 270. So hardway 270 is when you are jumping on the rail with a 270 on, but in the way that kind of crosses like a lip slide. So where you actually cross over the rail. That's a hardway 270. Okay, now I'm on that slick base board, which is a slippery board. This is good for advanced riders. Hey, wait, we got one more.
Okay.
This stuff's a little bit easier on the foam one. The foam one grips, gives you a bit more balance. But as you get better, this one's better practice. Okay, one more trick now.
Do a 50-50 back 360.
Okay, 50 back 3. I want to make it realistic. I don't want to just jump on, because like I can just jump on and jump a 3 out, but I want to make it realistic to how it would feel when I'm really snowboarding. And what I mean by that is, when you're really snowboarding, that back 3, you almost counter-rotate that back 3 out of these 360s. So I'm going to jump on, and I'm going to pull my back foot to push away from the rail, and then that 360 is going to be spun so quick, where my upper and lower body twist against each other to get the 360 round. So you'll see what I mean here. Whew. So as I'm jumping on, my body goes like this, and then from that position, I push away with my back foot, and my lower body almost comes around my upper body to get that 360 around. So just for one more sec, Nark here is a good friend of mine. He works in our office here, and he has his own development company, and he built some of the back-end stuff that we use on the back end of Snowboard Addiction. So any of you guys who are on the membership watching our videos, that's possible because the kind of stuff that Nark did for us.
If it's broken, it's not my fault.
Any of you guys who are downloading videos from the membership with like SkyPilot, again, Nark built that stuff for us, so he's a key part of helping us out. So he's done lots of cool stuff for us, but also a good snowboarder. That's why he's calling all these difficult tricks for me. I swear. Anyway, thanks, Nark.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay. Okay, back to snowboard training. Okay, we're going to do nose and tail presses, front side, then we're going to do the back side. So start with that front side tail press.
Gotta get it over.
There we go. The first 2 I saw, your board was very much just going straight over.
Yeah.
And if it goes up in that direction, like where the board moves, it'll make it a little bit easier to get the balance.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
One more time.
One more.
So there's a lot of different movements coming on here. You're moving that way, but you're also moving that way. This is important stuff. Okay, now nose press. Frontside nose press. So this is what a frontside nose press will look like. Good. Cool. Now, you'll see that when I'm in a frontside nose press or a nose press and tail press, that I usually pop out of the trick. When you're up on the mountain, if you can pop out of your tricks, that shows that you have incredible control, and it makes it look way more stylish. Because a lot of people will go and do a nose press and then just ride out. But if you can go in and do a nose press and go boom at the end and pop out of that trick, boom, it looks so much cooler, shows better control, shows that you're a better balance. So, go one more nose press. Boom. Okay, now hop over the other side. Should we move the rail back a tiny bit? And we're going to go backside now. So you can start with the backside 50-50 again, okay, just to feel it out.
Yeah.
Backside 50-50. Now we're going to go into a backside tail press. Ooh. There we go. So it's a classic example of super simple tricks, but refining your ability to move your body and use your muscles in a way you want to use them. We haven't even done anything hard yet.
Yeah, and I definitely feel it in my legs. So
Yeah.
little muscles I never used yet.
Like Nat came in and challenged me, and I did a bunch of those hard tricks, but that's where you can go with this.
Sure.
This is the start. And if you guys like what we're doing here, self-isolations, gym training, I might drag Curtis out here tomorrow. We might do another one. I'll see if you guys like it. Maybe we'll put him on the skis because he is a skier. So,
All good, this is fun.
okay, so backside tail press.
Oh.
Okay, so what I'm seeing is you see right now my hips are here.
Okay.
If I just move my hips to here, the board's still flat. If I move my hips to here, see that? How far you move those hips, it's that delicate point that's going to be that balance point. Because I could see when you were getting on, you were kind of having trouble.
Right.
Move those hips a little bit further to where it's right over the tail. So it's not over the back foot, it's over the tail. It's a tail press.
Okay.
It's not a, here we go. This is for me, backside tail press. Coming back over, backside tail press, and I'm getting my weight a little bit that far, so I've got to almost catch myself. Yeah, there we go. Nice, good. Good, and backside nose press.
Whoa.
Boom. There we go. Good. Okay, you feeling good?
Yeah.
Okay. So we just did 50-50s, front side, back side, nose press, front side, back side. Hey, let's try it on this.
Oh.
Just because
Let's
I want
do
to
it.
show people the different things you can do.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll chuck you in. Jump back over to the front side. Now, we're probably actually only going to do 50-50s on this. This is the WTP rail extension. So without the rail extension, it's more like a box. It's like a flat surface.
Right.
With the rail extension, it's curved.
Sure.
It takes more balance. I'm probably just going to get you to do 50-50s, and if you're nailing the 50-50s, we can try the presses.
Okay.
But I just want to show you guys every trick you learn. If you think you've mastered it, chuck it on this. And if you think you've mastered on that, grab the jib board instead. It's more challenging.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
front side, 50-50. Let's see how long you can stay up for. You can go and you can see if you can. See how long it takes me to fall off, and you can come on in the meantime. Well, I'm doing better than I expected right now. Woo! I just did like a 100-meter rail.
Alright, there we go.
Nice. And when you feel like you've done good on that side, let's try it from the back side.
Okay.
So right now I'm up here and I'm balancing. I'm using my knees, ankles, and hips to keep that balance. Backside 50-50. And getting these muscles shaking is good. It's like cardio without even trying.
Oh, I feel it.
Sweating. Good. Okay, you want to try tail press?
Yeah, let's do it.
Did you see that your board was not up and up?
Like it was on the time.
Like, what was happening is your board's only just on the rail. You gotta get it in that center point, right on top of the rail. Okay. I'm gonna open these windows up. All right. So, how's that feeling?
It's good.
Boom.
Yeah, it's
What do
cool.
they call this thing? Wu handshake?
No, yeah, there's
Wu
that.
handshake? Okay. So, for any of you guys that may have just joined us recently, we're in self-isolation, somewhat. We're in groups of less than 10 people,
Yeah.
and we're just giving you guys some cool activities you can do at home, outside, in your backyard, above your condo owner of the person that you don't like who lives below you. Might be a little bit noisy on their floor if you live in like a multi-level building. This is stuff that you can do for the next month or however long this crisis takes us to get through to stay fit, to stay healthy, and have fun and relate to snowboarding. You know, we're a snowboard company and we're trying to keep it relevant here. Snowboardaddiction.com is our website. We make snowboard tutorials that teach people how to ride better, and we also make training products that help people ride better. So the products we're using today, I mean, I'm sure most of you guys in the video have probably seen it, some of you haven't, but these kind of products are trampoline boards you use on trampolines to learn grabs, spins, flips, shifties, all that kind of stuff. And then the jib bar, which we're using today, you use it to learn all the different tricks you can simulate on rails and boxes, but not only that, you're building your muscles, you're improving your balance, and you're building everything that you need to be able to snowboard better. You still need to go snowboarding. This is not a sport by itself. Maybe this might be a sport by itself for the next couple of months, but this, the whole idea here is to get good at this so that you can be better at snowboarding. And yeah, how long have we been going for?
We're at 40 minutes.
40 minutes. Okay, well, how about we like call it at that? And if you guys really liked what we did today, let us know and we'll do another one tomorrow. But I'll make it more difficult. This was his first ever time in the balance bar.
Yeah.
He did really good. He's done a lot of skiing. He's not a snowboarder, so he's got some balance. I'm going to challenge. I can challenge him and build him way up tomorrow and do way more harder stuff if that's what he wants. And if you guys like what we're doing. But anyway, thanks so much for tuning in. Appreciate you guys' support. I know some of you customers are still buying stuff from us right now, which is awesome. Thanks very much. We really appreciate it. You know, everyone's been hit hard, including us. And you know, if you can't afford our stuff, go make your own. You can train like this without having our stuff. If you want the best, then get ours, because ours is the best stuff of this kind of stuff. But by no means, it's hard financially for people right now. Get a skateboard deck. You know, get an old piece of wood and go and jump around on your mum's couch, as long as it's not a new couch. You know, check with your mums before you do that. But have fun, train for snowboarding, and if you guys like this, we'll do it again. But thanks so much for watching, and if you haven't been to our website, please check it out, snowboardaddiction.com. This is Nev Blackwood with my buddy Curtis. Our goal is to improve your riding.